What's up guys, it's yugioh here with a card review. I don't know if I'm going to do any more of these, so yeah, please tell me what you guys think of this, and let's get started with the card review. I'm going to start with this card, Ancient Forest. Ancient Forest is a field spell, and let's read the effect. When you activate this card, change any defense position monster to face up attack position. Flip effects are not activated this time. If a monster attacks, destroy it at the end of the battle phase, my bad. So yeah, there's a lot of cards that can benefit off of this, a lot of decks that can benefit off of this, and it's a very good side deck card. It can of course be searched by terraforming, and a lot of good stuff like that. So let me show you the decks that are really bad against this, and I'm going to show you the decks that are really good against this, so let's start. So guys, I'm going to show you the decks that are really bad against this card. And first I'm going to show you cards like this. Cards that have flip effects and stall ability, like Marshmelon and Spear Reaper. Marshmelon has both a stall ability and a flip effect, so you activate this card, they cannot destroy, they cannot take 1,000 off of you. And you pretty much attack into their Marshmelon with like any weak monster or whatever, they both get destroyed. Same thing with Spear Reaper. And it's a very good card against stall decks. Penguin Soldier, cards like Penguin Soldier and Morphin Jar that has flip effects, and you play this card, they cannot get their effect, and they're pretty much useless after that. So next, speaking of flip effects, I'm gonna go into decks like Worms. Worms they're pretty much their whole deck is flip effects. So if you play this card against them, they're not gonna have their flip effect, and their monsters are pretty much weak. The only strong monsters they have is probably X and Tentacles, and probably King if you run Tentacles. And King also. So if you play this card, they cannot get their flip effect, and they're pretty much weak monsters after that, and you can just destroy them left and right. So this card is very useful against Worms, and yeah, they can't do anything about it. Like anti-meta or meta decks. Anti-meta decks have trouble against this card because they cannot get, like, you set a monster, they attack it with this card, they both get popped. Or they have a Fossil Dyna and you play it, their Fossil Dyna does not get the effect to destroy any monsters, and then you just run over Fossil Dyna. It's a very good card against decks that pretty much try to destroy your special summoning, try to screw up your draw, try to do anything to destroy your meta game. So it's very good against those decks, and it's also very good against decks that are like, and they're actually meta, like Gravekeepers and 6 Sam. It's very good against Gravekeepers because they run field spells, so they play their Necro Valley, they set, let's say, a Spy. You play this, destroy their Necro Valley, this is just the situation. Flip their Spy, they do not get the effect of Spy, and then you just run over Spy, so they both get destroyed. Both your monster and their monster gets destroyed, so it's a benefit, and then they cannot benefit off the Spy's effect to get descendant and pop a card, all this really good stuff. So it's pretty awesome. So now I'm going to show you the decks that are good against this. They're like, they use this and they'll benefit plus off of it. So yeah. Okay guys, let me show you the decks and cards that are very good with this card. First, I'm going to start off with cards that like to search, that like to get destroyed to search. Cards like Giant Rat, Goblin Zombie, Nova Summoner, and Sanguine. Also other cards like Flying Kamikaze, Mystic Tomato, and Shining Angel are pretty awesome with this card. Especially Sanguine, where let's say you attack with the Sanguine, it gets destroyed, their big monster gets destroyed, and then you get a search with Sanguine, so you pretty much plus off of that because it's 1-for-1 on the field, and then you get a plus, so with the extra search. So it's pretty awesome with that. Next deck I'm gonna go with is any decks that like to remove crap from play, like Macro Monarch, and any different dimension decks, like stuff like that. Let's say you summon Survivor, you attack into their monster, this destroys your Survivor. Let's say you already have this play, this destroys your Survivor and their monster. They both get removed from play. and then your survivor comes back at the end phase. So you just repeat that process over and over and over, especially with monarchs. So it's pretty awesome, guys. These two cards combined. It's pretty awesome if you guys know how to play these two together. So if you guys know, make a deck out of it. Next is gadgets. Gadgets, because gadgets can just recycle themselves over and over and over. No more said. You just play a gadget, you get another gadget, attack their big monster with your weak gadget, they both get destroyed, you already have another gadget ready in your hand. So yeah. Next are these two decks benefit very well with this deck. I mean, I highly require playing this card in these two decks. First is Gladiator Beast and Scraps. Let's start off with Scraps, because Scraps want to be in the graveyard. They want to be destroyed, and they want to pretty much not see the light of day. So Scraps, with this card, you attack with your Scrap. They pop themselves, and then let's say you have let's say in your deck you're playing Mech Lords, you automatically summon them because the effect of a monster getting destroyed by a card effect. So you summon one of your Mech Lords, and then you do some crazy combo and all this other good stuff. So this card is very good very good with Scraps, and very good with Gladiator Beast. I know you guys like my fake Gladiator Beast cards. Well, anyway, guys, Gladiator Beast, because Gladiator Beast effect, when they return to your deck, their effect activates during the end of the battle phase. Same thing with Ancient Forest, so you can choose which card to activate first. So you just choose your Gladiator Beast effect, get them back to your deck, their monster gets destroyed, and then you get another card back. You know, it's very awesome combo. It's very awesome. I mean, this card is awesome with these decks. So yeah, next I'm going to show you what this card is very bad against. So yeah. Okay guys, what this card is very bad against is cards like Ancient Fairy and Stardust Dragon. I do not know the ruling on Stardust Dragon yet, but I believe that if you tag into a Stardust Dragon, your monster gets destroyed, and Stardust can negate the effect. But I gotta look into that. If you guys know anything about that, just please comment below, and I'll probably put an annotation for you know, to fix it. But other than that, I know for sure that Ancient Fairy Dragon is a very deadly card against this deck, especially when you're playing a deck like Gravekeepers that have field spells. Let's say they play a Spy and then a Gale, they summon Ancient Fairy, they activate Ancient Fairy's effect to destroy Ancient Forest. They're from the same pack. Well, anyway, destroy Ancient Forest, and they get their Necro Valley, and plus at the same time they get 1,000 life points. So that's very deadly, guys. So please use caution with this deck, especially when you're playing Ancient Fairy Dragon, playing against an Ancient Fairy Dragon. And I also like to say that Book of Moon does not stop the effect. It still destroys the monster, so even if you book it, try not to waste your book. The monster still gets destroyed. So if you guys don't believe me, go look it up. So final thoughts. Ancient Forest is a very good card if you know how to use it. It's a very good card in side decks also, and very good card with Scraps, maybe Gadgets, maybe Macro Monarch, and of course Gladiator Beast. So yeah, tell me what you guys think about this card. Tell me what combos you can use with this card. I think I exhausted a lot of ideas. So please go out there and use this card if you guys want in your decks and see how it works. And that's pretty much it, guys. This is Sharkeach Yellow, and I'm signing out. Later, YouTube. Peace.